Let's go, Razorback Nation. It was a fireworks show in the first half. Jaylen Brown gets a tutty. Are you kidding me? He's in motion here, and we start off with a shallow drag to Omega Blake. Look at our guy right here, Taylen Green, going through his reads. Obviously, on the first play of the game, you normally think it's going to be some variation of a run. No, Bobby Petrino spreads it out here in shotgun. You can see Taylen looking left. Everything is covered, so why not hit the shallow drag right here to Blake for a really nice gain? Of course, the ball's slightly behind him. That's just kind of nitpicky. Could you make a case that he could have gotten to it a little bit quicker? Sure, but honestly, it's really good quarterback play right here to start things off. So we get to hear pretty elaborate ball handling on this play action fake to Mike Washington. So you show the fake ball free in your left hand, and you actually put the ball behind your back in your right. I don't think I've seen that in quite some time. So on the rollout here, Taylen doesn't like this to Raylen Sharpe, rightfully so. He sees that the deep over is actually open, and this is, yet again, Jaylen Brown making the catch, the former top 100 recruit for LSU. What I don't understand is the end of this catch. Jaylen, we want you to run upfield. We don't want you to run backwards, pretty much directly sticking your head down as well into the defender right there. That it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Huh? Okay, let's get to here. All of this needs to be quicker, okay? This is your best slot option in Raylen Sharpe. This is a 5 versus 4 protection, so we would like to play a little bit quicker here. This is there, okay? Let's just get this football out. The only thing you have to worry about is this slot corner, coming down and picking it off. He's running with this vertical automatically most of the time, okay? So you can see Taylen just waits. It's an extra half beat, a little hitch, and you can see Raylen Sharpe is waiting for it, and that half second cost you a first down right there. So I cut it short. Raylen Sharpe tried to break a tackle, so he actually fell backwards a few extra yards. It sets up a 3rd and 4, and this is straight zero coverage on the back end. So Taylen in this spot is something called hot, okay? He is responsible for the unblocked blitzer. This is really, really, really good protection from Arkansas. And once again, this could be a little quicker if you ask me. It's not the worst, though. We get to the open guy and man-to-man across the way. We want to work the shallow drag when it's zero coverage. We also want to see 3 make a guy miss, and he is able to, and he should be able to score this if it's 0 on the back end. That is exactly what happens, and Brown is able to score. So it is unfair to have Bobby Petrino as your offensive coordinator going up against this Alabama A&M coaching staff. I mean, this is ridiculous how many guys are open after Alabama A&M responds with a game-tying touchdown. Okay, so let's start with the intermediates. First, really good protection, 5-on-5. Nobody's beating their one-on-ones. That's just ridiculously good stuff. So if we have 1-2 players open, a tight end and a running back leaking, that's not what we want, though. We want the deep stuff. So you have 2 deep posts and then a post being run behind it. That is good stuff right there. Taylen gets the football out to Omega Blake, and he makes a really good catch. Number 9 is going to be a really good player for Arkansas. Yeah, so this will come off as me just hating on Taylen quite a bit, but this is just honestly inexcusable. First off, the read is excellent. This is slot fade all the way. So it's press man. I give Alabama A&M a lot of credit for being aggressive, not being shy, even though this is a huge undertaking trying to pull off this upset. This is once again zero coverage, right? This safety is blitzing from all the way back here. Then you have a slot corner blitz, and it gets sorted out really well. Okay, but even if it was zero coverage, and let's just say there was one safety pinned right here, we still want to work this slot fade, okay? And honestly, Brown, the other Brown, number 3, has him dusted here. Slot fades are normally a little bit more competitive than this from the corner's vantage point. God bless. Catch this football. I mean, I know it's not the best throw. Dive. I mean, make a SportsCenter top 10. Still, that needs to be connected. It just does. 2nd and 10, you're in pistol, you're running zone read stuff right here, and this is a handoff all the way. Okay, even if you think that this end right here is crashing down on Washington, the distance here is just too far for him to even get down here. So let's just say, obviously on zone reads, you're supposed to read what Taylen is doing with the football. Okay, let's break down this zone read play right here. This is not great quarterbacking by Taylen Green. To me, this is a give read the entire way. Okay, if the defensive end takes this far of a path to scream down at the RB, I think you do need to hand this football off. Instead, he keeps it and runs right in to an end for a big loss. And if this is handed off, this is probably going for a semi-decent gain at the very least, okay? The second thing is 76 gets beat to the inside really badly here. So this was just sloppy all around, and this is a huge, huge negative gain here on 2nd and 10. 3rd and Devil's Den. It's 3rd and Dermot. It's 3rd and Dumas. It's 3rd and Doom right here. I was trying to get to as many Arkansas small town landmarks that begin with the letter D. Why D? I don't know. But man, this is just really poor quarterback play yet again from Taylen Green. So I think in this spot, he might have been a little spooked. You know, he probably felt the running back was going to pick up this backer. You know, if I'm Bobby in this situation, if I see that Alabama A&M is just bringing blitz after blitz after blitz, I probably want my running back to stay in and pick up any second-level blitzers. So Mike Washington sees he has nothing to pick up, so he then goes out into the route, and, well, he sees that the blitzer is coming way too late. It was a green dog delay blitz, so in this spot, the linebacker sees that the running back is pinned in, and then he decides to blitz. Obviously, Mike released it a little late. Either way, now you're in trouble, okay? Now, Taylen had an easy answer to this, okay? It is 3rd and a freaking lot, right? Let's go Mayflower now. Let's get to the M, small town M's. 3rd and Magnolia. Let's just hit the shallow drag. You might be able to pick it up, okay? Especially versus a blitz. You're not going to have anything open down the field. Let's just hit this to make this a more manageable field goal right here. Or hit Mike Washington. Either way. And the thing about this, we should not take sacks in the spot to make it that much harder on our field goal kicker. This needs to be completed every single time. So this was an absolutely atrocious set of downs for Taylen. Arkansas fans, I believe you should heavily consider replacing your right tackle, and I'll tell you why right after this. I do want to show you that we have a new program called Memberships. YouTube reached out to me and said, hey, give it a shot. So I'm doing a Mike Washington film study. We're going to look at some of his carries. The link to that will be down below. It's a good way for you to support us, a few extra bucks each month. Okay, so 76 is Marion Harris of Little Rock, Arkansas. I want him to succeed, right? I played high school football in Arkansas, so he had a false start penalty before this, okay? So Arkansas's trying to work some quick game, and they bring a corner blitz. Running back sees it. Everything is picked up really well, outside of Marion Harris getting absolutely bull rushed right into Taylen Green. Now, if you're Taylen, we still want to work this stop. Okay, now you can make a case that Brown should have stopped a little sooner once he saw the corner blitzing. But this throw potentially still could be here, right? Everything else is just defended really well. So Taylen works back to the left side. This is good pocket feel. He feels the right tackle, basically in his lap. I do give 76 credit. Harris, he does reset and eventually stalemate here. And we do go full field to Raylen Sharpe the slot. Look at all the separation, and the accuracy on this ball is not where it needed to be. Ugh. It's important to never be too critical of any one player in any offense. And once again, like I've said, it feels like I've been really critical of Taylen. But in this spot, I don't know how the progressions are actually taught in this offense. So right here, there is no safety back here. Okay, you can count for yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys. So this is a touchdown. And I don't know why Taylen worked off of this. Okay, so if you see that the safety is pinned in right here, you know it's man-to-man across the way. And we want to work the slot fade. We've already seen 3 Brown dust a press man corner as the number 2 receiver. So pre-snap, once again, this could have just been progression this year first read the entire way. This is there, okay? We got to be able to hit this. And now we hit the shallow drag for a decent amount of yards, but something better was out there. So this is why you should never give up on Taylen Green, because there's just not many quarterbacks ever making this happen, okay? So there's a game being run up here. Backer twist around. This should have been picked up a little bit better. Center and guard communication needs to be better. So Carmona sees it. He just reacts to it too late. And now this backer is untouched pretty much through here, okay? So there might be a few other quarterbacks at college football. Lenore Sellers is getting out of this, but man, there's only a handful of others, okay? Obviously, prime Jaden Daniels. But man, this is some Nick Walinda tightrope action right here. And if you don't know who Nick Walinda is, go look him up. The dude was absolutely insane. And he's able to tightrope the sideline here, fall forward, and pick up this first down. That is ridiculous. God bless. This is some good quarterbacking. I love to see it. Okay, Alabama A&M still bringing up the pressure. You can make a case that you should just throw this, but he knows, all right, if they're blitzing from here and this backer is going over here, let's just work the slant. And Taylen Green, man, that's a lot better. Okay, boom. Love to see it. Then we get another Taylen Green miss. I mean, we've got to have this one. It's pretty simple. It's not the easiest throw. We get a bit of a pump fake. For whatever reason, Taylen just can't plant and just let it rip. All right. The running back pass protection isn't the best from Russell either. Okay. But man, oh. And then obviously, I mean, is there anything that we need to break down about this play? I just don't know. None of this makes sense. None of this. Okay, I don't mind aggression, but this in the long run just hurts everybody involved. Okay, good for Raylen Sharpe's stats, but man, I mean, ugh. So let's talk about how this game just felt eerily similar to UAPB from last year. And once again, it's Taylen Green rolling out to his right side. One thing you don't want to see this year as an Arkansas fan is just him rolling out to the right over and over and over again, that always being the answer to his problems. Because on this 3rd and 9, you don't want to take this away from his game, because that is the best part of his game, and it's one of the most lethal parts of any game on any SEC offense. But, you know, at the end of that, we don't want him taking that hit. He is an absolute freak of nature, so it is fine. But watch what actually happens on the next play. Okay, so when you're so used to rolling out to the right side being a productive answer to your problems, well, you run into problems, okay? So Arkansas right here is running all goes with the juke route over the middle in the slot, okay? The protection is really, really, really good. So Taylen doesn't like anything over here to the left. So he knows with this being middle of the field closed and you're running 4 verticals, all you have to do is know that this slot is going to be open, okay? It's automatic. So it's there, okay? So we don't need this little roll out to the right, then reset, and then he's wide open. versus better competition, it's just not going to happen like that. But still, you are happy he eventually got there. But if you throw it a little bit earlier, you're probably scoring. And once again, it's a really good job by these Arkansas receivers just picking up the yardage after the grab. We get to this. So you didn't see it. It's part of our membership film study, all the handoffs. Since you just had a good handoff to the left, obviously if you would have handed this off, this would have been a score as well. We pull it. Jaylen Brown, a good little bit of leakage right there. And it is a wide open tutty. All right, Arkansas, fresh set of downs here in the 2-minute drill. And good stuff right here by Taylen Green. You still have 2 timeouts. If you don't like anything down the field, yeah, let's just work this shallow drag. It does look this deep dig was potentially, no, it wasn't open. God, that's actually decent ball location. It feels as if Omega Blake is going to be the guy, the Andrew Armstrong of this offense. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to be the only guy, right? You're still going to have Isaac Tesla in the form, hopefully, of Jaylen Brown, the other Brown. But look, Omega Blake is just good. He just has juice. There's a reason why he averaged over 20 yards per catch. And, man, this is just some ridiculous piece of running after the grab. So now we get a double slant concept that Taylen Green is just massively late on. I can understand him feeling some type of way about this throw in particular because he almost threw a pick six versus UAB last year in the same exact spot. So I don't know how this is supposed to be read. Some read double slants inside out. Some read it outside in. In fact, this could have been a dump read. I don't know. So Raylen Sharpe is guarded by this backer. We need this out right now. Right now. Okay? But it's late. He doesn't want to throw it because last year he was late on it versus UAB and it was almost taken to the house like we just said. And now he's late. 15's wondering, hey, should I just stop? Maybe so versus zone. It's just how it's taught in that receiver's room. Either way, it's high, it's hot, and that's going to get picked off a good bit of the time. So Taylen Green loses a touchdown because of a phantom holding call right here by Carmona. Yeah, you can't just tackle someone, but honestly, this was probably going to be a pancake either way. I do appreciate that Taylen Green didn't just tuck and run or just hit this check down because Blake does eventually open up. And he does eventually find him, but it doesn't count because of the penalty. 3rd and Alma. Or what do I want to do now? How about 3rd and Van Buren? Not only is it a president, it's a fun Arkansas town. I've actually never been to Van Buren, so I shouldn't say anything if it's good or bad. But either way, Arkansas running a bit of a dagger concept, so it's a vertical here, dig behind it. This is once again, and this is all due respect to Alabama A&M. The defenses they were running will hurt your team in the long run. There's no need to be in prevent Hail Mary defense right here. None. They could still pick up the first down. I understand 2-minute drill, but Blake makes a guy miss, and he's able to fall forward for a few extra yards here. Ugh. And then we get to here. Alabama A&M blows a timeout, and once again, Arkansas has an issue blocking some twist stunts here, okay? Now, this honestly is a pretty elaborate twist that Alabama A&M runs. So this DT comes around, and they're actually twisting around 2 players here, and Taylen starts off looking to the left, and nothing is open, all right? Then he feels the unblocked pressure and is able to roll out to the right side. And this is where you never want Taylen Green, right? Like I said, he does roll out a bit too much to the right side for my liking. But in this spot, we want him to be there. He sees that this backer starts running in his direction. So now he sees that Omega Blake is wide open in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. So, Arkansas fans, how did you feel about Taylen Green's performance? You could be honest if you felt I was too critical of him. Obviously, the stat line was fine. There's just more to it. And honestly, this play shows you why you just can't give up on Taylen Green. Once again, it's a zero blitz, so that inside backer is who he's responsible for. And look at this, man. while getting pulled down, has enough strength to put this ball right on the money. You can't play quarterback that much better than that. So, if I were to grade this performance, I would give it a B probably. But you can see the little things, the little hitches need to get better, especially for a second-year starter. So there you go. But I am potentially growing on this Arkansas Razorback team. We'll see what happens. Arkansas State, don't forget, live streams every Monday at 5 p.m. Central, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep it up, Taylen. Tonight, we are doing some chicken enchiladas. Let's go.